AI isn't just making work easier. Oh no, 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 little boy. It's quietly destroying the friction between truth and fiction. That's a bar, by the way. And friction used to protect us, but now we're going raw. I remember whenever I had my first C++ assignment, that shit took me hours just to get something working that barely deserved a B. I had tabs open everywhere, Stack Overflow, documentation, random forum posts from 2008, more tabs than when you first discovered Tatas and fired up X-Hamster. But the point is, I felt lost most of the time, but that friction forced me to understand what I was building. But now, a middle schooler with decent prompts can basically recreate Minecraft. And I'm not even exaggerating, the friction is gone. And the friction used to be the filter. AI has collapsed the cost of producing things that use signal competence. You can write something that sounds professional in seconds. You can generate clean code that looks senior level. You can draft strategic business ideas that read like a consulting deck. That kind of output used to mean something. But now, dude, now that shit's cheap. And the same thing is happening with media. It's becoming incredibly cheap to fabricate something that looks real. Think about that for a little bit. Everyone's had that moment where a parent sends you a video like, "Look, little Timmy, this tiger is cuddling a baby. Oh, so cute." And you're just sitting there thinking, that's clearly fake. But here's what's weird. AI is getting good enough to even make people who grew up online hesitate. I've seen clips that made me pause for a second. Perfect lighting, perfect sound design, perfect emotional pacing, and don't worry, it's not the type of video that you're thinking. But anyways, if it could fool a chronically online Zoomer like me, what happens when older generations are living in that environment full time? What happens to public sentiment? What happens to propaganda? It doesn't have to be apocalyptic, but it's not nothing, okay? And here's where I get on my Alex Jones shit. Propaganda used to require infrastructure. You needed a budget, production teams, you needed some distribution channels, you needed some level of institutional backing. But now, one motherfucker with a laptop and a model can create something that looks indistinguishable from a legitimate production. And when the cost of fabrication drops to near zero, volume wins. The most persuasive thing isn't always the most accurate thing. It's the thing that shows up the most. And this isn't just happening in media, it's happening at work too. People can generate polished output instantly. Authority can be simulated. Competence, it can be manufactured. When friction disappears, average capability can look elite. And that shifts power. The real advantage now isn't just being smart, it's being discerning. Like I've said, it's knowing when something looks good, but isn't really sound. It's slowing down before you accept output as truth. And it's understanding the system behind what you're seeing. Because when truth and fiction cost the same to produce, judgment becomes scarce, and scarcity creates leverage. This isn't all doom and gloom, okay? Don't you be blue. Hold your head up. It's structure. Friction used to slow things down just enough to filter incompetence and misinformation. That friction is dissolving. So the real moat now? Discernment. And that doesn't scale automatically.